This is my Harley-Davidson Sportster 1200T 2016, had it 20 months, and I've had some issues with the side stand because of the European regulation for the side stand to be linked to the transmission, so the rider can't move away with the side stand down. Now, the Harley side stand is not really dangerous doing that because it has a mechanical arrangement that allows it to flip up when the weight of the bike is not on the stand. However, for the European compliance, it also has an electronic sensor such that if you started the engine in neutral with the stand down and engage a gear, the engine cuts. This is all very well while you're stationary, but I've discovered to my cost that when the sensor thinks the stand's down while you're moving, it still cuts the engine. And it's done this twice, turning right out of T-junctions from a minor road, so that in a steep bank turn, the engine's cut, the bike's dropped to the deck, and I've been sprawling across the tarmac. So here we're going to have a look at the sensor assembly and how it works. So here we have the Sportster side stand, currently in its upper position, and the thing is that it was quite well designed not to need a safety feature for starting off with it down, because when the stand is out it can flip up quite easily with no weight on the bike. It's been designed so that when you put the bike on the stand it locks and won't come up, but if you take the weight, put the bike upright to ride, not a problem. You're not going to get instability riding away because it will just flip up. And in fact, several people have dropped their bikes stationary because it's flipped up without them noticing. Now, for the European requirement, it has this proximity sensor that sees this metal plate. That's the intention. However, because of the swivel joint to let the stand flip up, it's a bit loose, and I've discovered that quite often it's able to fall away, so the engine thinks the stand's down when it isn't. The solution I've come up with temporarily is the good old bungee through the loop in the stand, and that is enough to pull it up so there's no hard against the frame. Take it away and you can drop. That's the difference.
The second time I got dumped by the side stand problem was on Sunday the 5th of November in France, hence we're on the wrong side of the road, and you can see what happens.
Engine cut again in the right hand turn, like when the side stand problem was, just cut and dumped me on the deck. So Southampton Harley have done their best to fix my side stand issue. Let's see what they've done. There we go, it's a new bush apparently. And here we see the sensor that's been lowered with a shib and a longer bolt. So more positive than it used to be. The only thing is that in time the fault could still recur. There's nothing you can do about the engine management unit deciding to cut the engine if the sensor thinks the stand is down. It's still a little bit. So only time will tell.